The apocalypse is here, and it's gooier than expected. Yep, hello there ladies and gentlemen, this is TheShadowscythe, and within a couple of hours we've had the full-blown release of Phoenix Point, so I'm jumping straight in. I've only played enough just to make sure the settings are in all working order. We are about to dive into Lovecraftian horrors, body horrors, tentacles, claws, pincers, all kinds of horrible things, psychic monstrosities. Basically, the end of the goddamn world as we know it. The only problem is that's already happened. And now we've just got the moody piano in the background.
October 24th, 1945. The Second War to end all wars was over, but there were those who understood that we could no longer afford to think in terms of nations and empires. For a time, the Phoenix
Wow, this is getting a bit jittery. It wasn't like this for me before. Well, let's go ahead and skip this bit. We already know what's vaguely going on. We have the Phoenix Project, which was set up to defend mankind against the very thing that went ahead and bloody well happened anyway. So, very much XCOM X, considering if you're watching this video you already know that it's a spiritual successor to the original XCOM Enemy Unknown from the guy who created the original XCOM Enemy Unknown 25 years ago, Julian Gollop. Let's have a look. So we have stores, lifts, pretty much everything is as it should be in our first base. We've got our personnel, who I'm just going to go ahead and lump some extra equipment on. Go ahead and give you one of them. Go ahead and give you one of them. Same for you. Same for you. Oh wait, we're all the way back around to the beginning. Okay. So we've got our team of 5, we've got our Manticore, which is our starting vehicle, we've got a rough idea that there's something going on with the atmosphere because of the Pandoravirus, and we've got a small selection of points of interest to scan. So what I'm going to do, right off the bat, is move down here to this area that's kind of in the general Japanesey region, do an area scan, and explore this region at the same time, and see what we can discover. So we're jumping straight into atmospheric analysis. Reprogramming of our satellite systems has revealed the extent of the new mist outbreak. The origin sites are in coastal sea regions, as in the previous 2 incursions, but the activity level seems much higher, posing a serious threat to remaining life on Earth. Havens caught within the mist will be at risk of attack, so we should explore mist-covered regions thoroughly and defend any havens trapped within them. So we have mist right on our doorstep. Wow, that's going to be interesting. Thanks, guys. So let's go ahead and jump right in with the Phoenix Project archive, because basically we've got these computers in our base, they've got files within them. Ooh, and we have our first mission, a scavenging site. Right, well let's rock and roll. So basically the game as a whole is going to revolve between these 2 systems, much like XCOM, XCOM 2, the Fire Axis XCOM, switches between the geoscape and the tactical landscape as I try and set things up to go the way I want them, and then we get to sit here and watch it all go wrong anyway. So let's wait and see what turns up. What horrors are going to be unleashed upon me the first time around? Ding dong, anybody home? Right, okay, so here's our Manticore, which is our general all-purpose Skyranger-ish craft. Coming in and landing at our scavenging site. And here we have our Phoenix forces. So we have quite the urban sprawl before us. Not necessarily much in the way things I can use right off the bat. Right, sniper. Get you up there now. heavy. You're not going to be anything useful at all in the first turn, so let's get you moving. Well, first of our 3 assaults, off you go. Second of our 3 assaults, off you go. And now the last of our 3 assaults. Somewhere out here are going to be mutated crab monstrosities from beyond. Let's go and say hello to Zoidberg. Whoopity whoop whoop whoop. Okay, nothing on the first turn. So, Mikhail, get up onto that roof. What are we looking at? We've got 1 Pandoran over here. Shield and machine gun. And Mist Tower. Mist Tower's not exactly going to do much to us. So, Mr. Heavy, you want to continue moving your way. Oh, you've spotted someone. Okay, so we've got 3 altogether. You managed to spot someone inside a building. I'm actually quite impressed with that. So let's see what we can see. Right, let's go ahead and remove your shield capacity.
Attack successful.
And then if you want to jump through that window... Oh, there's 2 of them in there. Right, okay. One down. So you get over there. Can you see the other one? No, you cannot. So, let's get a directed overwatch on that door.
I'm on Overwatch.
And see what it does for us. Excuse me, do you mind? You were supposed to be in Overwatch. Ugh. Okay, so we've got one of the Pandorans making its way across to us this way. We've spotted another enemy over here. So there's 2 of them over here, 1 of them over here. So how about we do something slightly shifty? Oh, shit. Right, okay. Mind Flayer. Change priorities. Yeah, you can confirm your target as much as you like, so long as you bloody well kill it.
Repositioning. Be right there.
So let's change weapon. And throw a grenade over at Dick Munch over here. Nice.
Targeting.
No need for fancy pants aiming, let's just deal with the problem as it stands.
Moving now.
So, who do you see, my friend? Take out that arm. Oh, you missed. That wasn't good. That was the exact opposite of what we wanted. Oh, there's another mind fragger over there. Right, you want to get round to over there and throw a grenade, perhaps?
I'm on the move. Aiming.
Well, there we go, that's removed his offensive capability. But you've got no more action points remaining for anything else. Here we go. You can deal with that problem. So he's got his shield up, so I'm just going to go ahead and use a judicious amount of explosives. And use that to deal with that issue. Go on. Now we've just got this mind fragger to deal with, which bled to death anyway. Right. So I'm really hoping
Zooming in.
it's just this thing that's left. Oh wow, that was effective. That was very effective.
Standing by.
Right, you want to finish off the job?
Time. Enemy down.
And that did the job perfect. So, first mission complete, scavenging sites. No real injuries to speak of, and we've got our first level up. All 5 crates. Yep, that was pretty good. And we recovered some Hell 2 cannon magazines, as well as 300 materials and 200 food. Right, so let's move on to our next scan region. So while this continues to expand, oh, there we go. And we have a Synedrion break-in. At the Synedrion Haven of Shelley, the situation is tense. Someone figured out that our open and democratic society would be easy to infiltrate and steal from. One of the Haven's citizens tells our operatives. They pretended to join us, then made off with some critical research which I assume they want to sell to another faction. The citizen sighs. I said they made off, but the truth is they didn't get very far. In fact, they've been stuck in the Haven, but as you can imagine, this is a strange situation. These people pretended to be our friends. They lived in Shelley for months, all just to make a profit. I suppose old habits die hard. Right, well, Synedrion was one of the factions I was hoping to make contact with, so let's just go ahead and see what our training gives us. Oh, you're an assault with close quarters specialist. Oh wow, okay. But for now you can get dash, which will improve your capacity quite a lot. And as for the other SP points, I'm going to go ahead and lump some points into strength, 2 more points into willpower. Yep. And nobody else is ready to go, so let's see what we can do to help Synedrion with their little problem. This was one of the missions that I did get to play through on my very limited test just to see if the game was working the first time round. So, if anything, we should probably expect between 3 or 5 dudes out there armed with pistols of varying levels of usefulness. Right, skip the Manticore scene and it's pretty much the exact same map. So let's get out and see what we can see. I'll save any dashes for later. Just get you to run straight in. There is one function with this that I'm disappointed didn't make the way across, considering how close it is in style to XCOM 2, is the ability to hit tab while you have units that are currently in motion. So while he's running, I could just hit tab, go on to the next dude, carry on. Instead, you do have to go through each and every movement through to its completion, which is... oh, here we go, first enemy. What you gonna do? Oh, second enemy. Right. Well, if this is the case, let's just go ahead and make life difficult for them. Alright, here we go.
All I need is a clear shot.
Well, you're about to get that clear shot, dude. Although I was hoping to remove his ability to use that pistol. Never mind. There we go. Okay, so I don't have enough points left to overwatch or fire again, so let's just go into standby. So, let's get that wonderful, glorious Hell 2 cannon up and completely miss any opportunity to do meaningful damage. Hooray!
On my way.
Remind me again why I hired you idiots. Right. Go on to standby. Go on to standby. So there's probably another 3 more out there other than the one we can see already. Right, there's 2. Oh, you git. That was just plain mean.
Ready to rumble.
You do realise that this gives me permission to fill you full of holes, right? Right, so let's switch over to our medkit. Physician, heal thyself. And then switch back over.
Zooming in.
Yep, go for it. Right. Let's try this again. You have big gun. You miss horribly. Idiot.
Aiming.
Right, sniper. Right, disabled the arm. So in theory, that should have prevented him from being able to use that pistol. So now you want to get all up in his grill.
Confirming target.
And... okay.
Moving to position.
And then you want to get in there as well. And I have the horrible feeling that that doorway is going to block... no, it didn't block every shot. There we go. Disabled arm. So left to their own devices, those 2 would now bleed to death. Oh, here's another one.
You're gonna get it now.
My turn.
Hang on, you're not supposed to be able to use that. I disabled your arm. You're breaking the rules. Stop that. I'm just gonna have to get mean to you, aren't I?
Let's get moving.
if we're going to have to go down through the grounds of cruel and unusual punishment, then behold, cruel and unusual punishment.
Let's do this. Moving to position.
That wasn't what I intended to do, but okay. Oh, it's because I damaged his head. He damaged his head, so he can't aim. That is interesting. Okay, I need to heal him before I can do anything else with him then. So let's go ahead and use that dash.
Crunch time.
Yep, crunch time indeed. Through the door.
Confirming target.
And now...
Ready to engage.
destroyed his pistol. Nice.
Standing by.
He gave up on his move because he couldn't do anything else, which is what I wanted to do the first few times round. Shit. Right, fine. And there we go, problem solved. And that is how you deal with uppity jocks in the future. So let's see who else leveled. Not bad at all. Here we go. So now we have our first Synedrion Haven.
Hi there. My
Oh,
name
this
is
one's
Athena,
voiced. Okay.
and I'd like to thank you on behalf of Synedrion as a whole. You know, outsiders sometimes think of Synedrion as a bunch of naive, helpless people living in a big bubble. And I know we can appear that way. But the truth is, we are more like a powder keg. Trying to build a truly democratic society without hierarchies involves a lot of arguing. The terraformers want one thing, the polyphonic tendency another. Zara clashes with Nikolai, Stas tries to keep everyone calm. Every haven has a totally different set of priorities. And then something like this happens. I'm being honest about our flaws, because I think, crazily enough, the whole thing works. We've built something remarkable, given everything we've been through, and the Phoenix Project could help us really make a difference on this wretched planet. Think about it, please. We have a lot in common, and here's your payment. We believe in people being
So here I
rewarded
have the
for
choice
their
between declining the payment, which will give us more reputation with Synedrion, or I could accept the payment. I'm going to accept the payment for now.
You're
So we
welcome.
get +2
I hope
attitude
we can
and 200
work together
tech,
again.
which is what I was hoping to receive regardless. So there's their pop, their military strength, production capacity. They don't produce any food. So we've got an energy generator, a residential district, and a research centre. So for now, with our ill-gotten gains, we're going to return to base, because I have a plan. So over here, as you saw in our base before, we have a research lab, which at the moment is producing a grand total of one whole research point and 1 production capacity. So what I want to do is I want to get another research lab up and running. And while I'm here, let's also get some training up and going. So what have you got? You've got self-defense, PDW and handgun proficiency, plus 20 damage dealt and plus 10 hearing range, and dash. So let's go ahead with dash for now. A couple of extra points on that, a couple of extra points on that. We are good to go. And then over here with our heavy, bash and melee attacks do 50% more damage, and quarterback, plus 50 bonus grenade range and plus 2 speed. I am going with the quarterback ability. That is amazing. I'll get the brawler skill as a just in case, but for now that is one hell of a game change of him. So we're going to sit down for just a moment. We're going to recover health and all important willpower.
Research complete.
Aha, and now we've researched the Phoenix archives. After recovering the base and analysing the databanks that have only been left functional, it is clear the Phoenix Point is now the only operating Phoenix base. There may be other bases out there, but we need to find them and bring them back online. There is no sign of Randolph Symes III, but he's left something potentially useful for us.
Randolph Symes was the last leader of the Phoenix Project. His great-grandfather had been there when it was founded, and he was there to witness its end. When we took back Phoenix Point, we found his notes. In his final days, as the world collapsed around him, he'd been working frantically to understand the Pandoravirus. Somewhere in the complicated history of the project, in decades of missions and investigations, there had to be an answer. His notes were damaged, too many of the files corrupted, but perhaps if we could retrace his steps, we could figure out where his journey had taken him and what the answers he had discovered would mean for us.
Site added to the geoscape, the Symes Retreat. Which is where exactly? Ah, down there. I'm an idiot and I wasn't looking. So let's carry on just a little bit more to recover those last couple of points. Oh, I forgot the research. Oniric Delirium Index is an all-important one, which is basically allows us to keep track of the aliens endgame. So let's get that on the go right now, recover those last few points, and then for the next episode I'm going to hop on down to what looks like the very top of Japan and see what's going on over there. So there we go. The crew of Manticore 1 are fully healed and rested. So with that, I'm going to thank you all for watching this very first episode of Phoenix Point, and I will see you all next time in the rather gooey apocalypse. Ta-ra for now.